Taming Python, handling data using Python lists. Now, let us discover. Now we are very well aware of how to populate the list, how to manipulate the list by indexing and slicing. List object also provides certain methods by the name append, extend, insert, and remove. Let us see how do we use them. So this is the first part of the program. There is a huge food list with the values, with some values are of vegetables followed by fruits and then some masala stuff. See line 4, append function is being used on the list. All these functions are list functions, so they have to be used with the list by the dot operator. So list name dot append. The value, the string is being passed garam masala, and see the output. Garam masala is appended in the end of the list. See line 7, the output. Salt and turmeric are appended to the main list as nested list. Moving further, so here we are adding salt and turmeric also. As you see in the output, salt and turmeric are appended one by one into the list as individual values, and then using slicing, I'm simply removing salt and turmeric, and I'm also removing the nested list salt turmeric which was appended earlier. So we were discussing that append function takes one value at a time to append it into the end of the list. Another function is extend function. Extend function is flexible enough. If you pass a set of values as list into the extend function, it will split those values into separate elements and will append in the end of the list. See the output. Line number 22, salt and turmeric are the part of a list, but they have been stored in the main list food list as separate values. They have been broken as separate values and appended. So extend is a better choice if you have to append multiple values into the list. And then we have insert function. Insert function takes two arguments. First argument is a numeric value, that is the index where you want to insert. Second argument is the value itself. So capsicum is inserted just before the onion, as you see in the output. And if you remember, onion had two occurrences. So in line 28, remove function takes a value, looks for the value into the list, and it removes only the first occurrence found. It does not remove all the occurrences. It only removes the first occurrence. So now, if you see the output, onion, the item onion is once now. The first occurrence was removed. So presenting the list, sometimes we need to present the data of the list not in a way it is stored in the list. Sometimes we need to sort the data. We can even reverse the data. So it's a very simple program. The list val has certain values which are not sorted. But in line number 5, a list function called sort is being used, and the list is physically sorted. When you display it, all the contents are being displayed in a sorted manner. Sorting can be done in ascending order or descending order also. For descending order, you have to use a parameter, an argument called reverse, and you have to set it to true, as you see in line 8. And the output is the sorting is done in reverse order. Next, in line 11, we are using reverse function, which is actually reversing the values of the list. If you see line 17, we are using another list function called count. Count function takes a value to be counted. It looks into the list, counts the values, the occurrences of that value. So it is counting the value 3, how many times it is appearing in the list. That is 4 times, and that's being displayed. That is why in line 14, just for the purpose of this demo, in line 14, I have added the value 3 3 times by the help of extend function. So always remember, len function we saw earlier, it returns the number of items in the list. But count function counts the number of occurrences of the given value in the list. That's the basic difference between the two. Finally, we come down to the concept of nested list. Nested list is nothing special. It is just a list existing within another list. If you see here, line 1, Mark's list has 3 nested lists. Every nested list is also separated by a comma, and the values within each nested list are also separated by comma. So each nested list has its own index 0, 1, 2 as you see here, and each value in each nested list has its own index, that is 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. If you have understood this basic thing, rest of the program is just cool breeze to understand. Line number 6 as you see, now there are 2 dimensions. The first dimension, that is in the first set of square brackets, is the index of the nested list. The second dimension is the index of the value of the item in that nested list. So 0, 0 is math, 0, 1 is 87. Then we have appended another nested list, science 78. We have inserted another list, Hindi 79, index 2. Then see line number 15. From marks 0, we have removed the value 87. So the first nested list will remain with only a value math. In line 18, I have appended 87 back to the first list. In line number 21 and 24, I am showing you another way of inserting the value. What I am doing, I am using insert function. So that is the quick glimpse on Python lists, how you can create an empty list, how you can load the values in the list, and then how you can manipulate the list in multiple ways by the help of index position of the elements, by the help of slicing concept, or by the help of various functions which are available with list object. And this is how you can handle multiple values using list data structure. So all now you have to do is all the concepts related to list which you have understood, which you have learned here, you need to practice with certain examples.